beginners and intermediate and then advanced. Well, I ordered a beginner's one, and that's the one that turned on the other end. Believe me, it was not as simple as you would think. The only simple part about it was it had a solid hull. I didn't have to do a lot of work on it like on these. Well, we had a hobby shop in Basin City, so I went there one day, and he had some chip rods, so I just got one from him. And then I found out I had to get some more tools, like jeweler's saw, which is like a coping saw. We had a real fine blade, C-clamps, exacto knife, and then of course I had all this. I think it doesn't mean it has all these different attachments.
Dremel? Dremel.
Yeah, Dremel. And when you buy a kit, it's got, first of all, it's got instructions. Like a couple hundred different instructions. And probably about 12 or so different plans that show you how to put it together. And then a good share of the parts of the number so that you follow the instructions. The instructions were in 3 languages. Of course, I don't know. Most of the models at that time were made in Italy. But later years, the last one I got was in Canada. Well, the first thing you did, you had the keel and the ribs. That was the main part of the hull. You glued those together, and then you had to do what they call planking. There was small strips that went from the rear up to the bow. They were little bitty things, and because of the shape of the hull, you had to take part of the strips out or narrow down from the front to the back, and then because of the curvature, you had to bend them. Well, in order to bend these pieces, you would soak them in the water, maybe probably about a half hour or so that you could bend them. And each one, you started at the top and put these little pieces of wood on and glued them and tacked them to the ribs. You make sure that you didn't get the thing out of whack. You put one on this side and then one on this side until you had them all covered clear out to the bottom. That was called the first planking. Well, then you had if they had portholes, you had to cut out the portholes. Then the deck usually came in one piece, and you put that on and next, and then you had to do the railings too. And then you had a second planking. This was strips that were real thin, and you didn't have to soak them; they would bend according to the shape you wanted them. But you did have to narrow the front end down, except because of the curvature of the bow. The next thing that you did was make the masts. That's these things here, and they are in 3 pieces. Like the first piece came up to here, and then one up to here, and then to the top. And they usually had a hole in the deck to put it down in, so you couldn't glue those up. So you glued those in, and then the next process was the spars. And you referred to the plans, and it showed you how to make them. They were the next thing that went on. Well, then you started on the rigging. That's all these strings. And this part was called the shroud. And these cords across were called the rat lines. I don't know, maybe that's where the rats were. I don't know. Anyway, the sailors needed those to climb up to eventually up to the crow's nest, which was at the top. And then, of course, your other rigging, you follow the plans, and it's kind of a complicated thing. And then you had to make the different objects that were on the deck, like the lifeboat and cabins and things of that sort. That's basically the nuts and bolts and the main parts. The problem that you would run into is trying to string through what these were called dead eyes and blocks. And the only way I found out to help was to take the string and dip a little glue on the end of it and let it harden, and it was much easier to get through. But sometimes I would spend 15 minutes trying to get the string through one block. All of these other little items, it just took a lot of time. Anyone have any questions?
What scale?
Pardon?
What scale?
I don't know. It was probably,
Did you keep the number of hours that you worked on any
No.
one of them you did?
I would sometimes work 8 hours a day.
And how long did it take you to finish the budget?
I got all of them done in one fall or one winter, except I built a great big one there. It's probably about 4 feet long, and that took me 2 winters. And that's the same as that little model down on the end. It's really one of my better ships, I think.
Where is that one?
The last one.
I have it at we have it at our house.
Oh, it's at your
Yeah.
house.
And I couldn't bring, I was gonna bring it, and I thought, oh, I don't know. It's big.
Have you ever been on a real life ship like this?
My daughter and her husband took me out on the Chesapeake Bay. It wasn't a great big ship, but it was a sailing ship. And I got to use the